So let me now introduce you my three guests, all of whom, again, have had a personal experience of the reason why we're here today. First, Amanda Waring. Amanda, like a mum and dad, is an actress. A mum was the sublime Dame Dorothy Tewton. A dad, Derek, likewise an actor of great style and a great charm. Amanda is now a passionate advocate of dignity in care. How did you actually get involved with this notion of dignity in care?
It was the same reason as you, actually, because I witnessed with my mum, she had leukemia, and I saw the lack of compassion and interaction that was there at the first hospital. It was as if she was a caged animal with no one seeing the person inside. And I witnessed so many times when other patients were treated rudely, older patients in particular, that I was determined to make this film that would then hopefully change people's attitudes.
Now tell me about the film, because in fact you mortgaged your flat, didn't you, to make this film?
I sold my flat.
You sold your flat to make it. You felt so deeply about this subject that that's what you did.
Yeah, I was totally compelled because for me, I had a great example in my granny of an inspirational older person as well. My mum was inspiring. And I thought that I want to ensure that people's emotions are engaged. So with the 10-minute film that I made, What Do You See?, starring Virginia McKenna, it packs a very powerful, that people can really feel identification with Virginia's character, who's a stroke victim, and begs the nurses to look closer, see me. And I think that we all need a more compassionate and understanding future for us all to benefit from, because we're all getting older, and we all need our humanity reignited. Our engagement of speaking from the heart is what gets lost in care. I think it's brilliant that we have the white papers, we have the dignity agenda, but the personalization aspect is about one's personal experience and sharing one's stories and talking heart to heart and having the time, sorry, I'm lecturing here, having the time and the powers that be having the time to say, it is important that you engage and empathize with those people that you are caring for. And it is a privilege to care for someone.
But what about this film? I mean, to whom is it aimed? I mean, is it general public, or is it specifically people engaged in what could be regarded as the alternative to what you went through?
Yeah, it's basically been to members of the public as well, but also it's used as trainings around the world. There's one hospital in particular that runs it on a loop continually in a room dedicated to it, which I'm thrilled about.
And what kind of effect have you had? I mean, any feedback? Any people saying things that made you think that it's right for me to have done this film?
Totally. I have had literally thousands of letters of people saying thank you for being bold enough to tackle a subject in a personal way. And I think that's it. Everyone's emotions are engaged, and that's when change can happen much quicker.
But it seems to me that part of this problem too, I don't know, I might be wrong, is a kind of cultural shift as well. That I think that maybe when I was growing up, when I was a lad, that we had the society demanded, in a sense, that you had a greater respect for old people than that is shown today. So while we're talking about changing a culture within the National Health Service, I mean, aren't we also wanting to change a culture within our society? I mean, doesn't that play a part as well, Amanda?
No, absolutely. What I consider is intergenerational healing, where every age is respected and the handing down of knowledge is so important. I keep saying, we can't know where we're going if we haven't known where we've been. And our elders are our history keepers. And why in our culture do we consider old as being useless? It's because when you're older, I'd suggest at times, you stop doing and you become someone who is being. And in our culture, we don't know what to do with being. But when you're being, you have a total flowering, I believe, of consciousness and the sacredness of death and the importance of those people that allow someone to die in their company, and to know the reciprocity of the relationship between the carer and the older person. Then you know the benefits of both. If we're constantly giving care to an older person and not allowing them to give something back to us, for us to benefit, then the balance is totally wrong. Older people are extraordinary. We all are extraordinary. And dignity is, unless we have self-respect for ourselves, how can we have respect for others? So I think we're missing our own self-respect as a culture.
Let me ask you finally, I'll start with you, Amanda, how optimistic you are that this current situation, the debate that's going on, will lead in the end to a solution of what we're talking about?
I'm a very optimistic person in general, but I do believe if people take the seed into themselves and individually make a difference and know that they can, then yes, it will develop. But if people just tick boxes, as was said, and see we've done that, no, it won't have any effect. It'll just be paying lip service to the government. And unless the government and all the powers that be say it is our absolute priority that as carers we give connection time, we allow ourselves to have that moment, and that we stop looking at budgets and we start looking at true person-centeredness, then yes, we can move things forward. There were so many inspirational nurses and doctors wanting to do their work, carers, and they are stymied at the last minute by, as you said, this health and safety legislations, this lack of touch. All the people that are in positions of power, they're the ones that need to understand that this is going to trickle through in a cascade effect to those on the front line who want to do their job, basically.
Barbara?